Hey coin collectors, Dan the Collecting Man here. Today I want to talk about what is my opinion of the 10 best silver government minted coins to buy from my perspective. So I've got a list of 9 different elements that I'm going to start with. The overall design of the coin. Is it something that's eye-catching, something that's really exciting to look at? What kind of security features does the coin have? Is it something that's harder to fake? Is it something that's easy to resell? So people are willing to buy it and people enjoy buying it. What is the price over spot at purchase, initial purchase? Is it something that has a low price over spot? The coin quality, what's the quality of the coin from that aspect? Is there any issues with milk spots? What is the history of the coin? So does it have a long history? Is it something that people have seen for generations? And what is the mintage like? Is it a high or low mintage? And for a little bit of fun, what is the face value? I know that means little when it comes to silver bullion, but I thought I'd chuck it in there as a bit of fun. So for number 10, for me, is this one here, the Fuel Harmonics coin. From my aspect, it's from the design point of view, it's something that's not that eye-catching. It's not that, for me, not that collectible. I don't know how many people are trying to get coins with instruments on it, so that's my personal opinion. From a security point of view, I'm not aware of any key micro-engraving or any other security aspects on there, so it's potential that it could be faked. From a selling point of view, resale point of view, no issue there. No issue with price over spot, so pretty good when it comes to that one. Quality is a bit of a hit and miss. I think not having reeded edges and a few things like that, it can be a bit of a miss on that one. And from a milk spot point of view, as you can see, this one's got milk spots all over it, and I think I've only ever got a few Fuel Harmonics and they've all had milk spots on it, so definitely not great when it comes to that. Has a really great history, and it's a €1.5 coin, so for me this one was a clear number 10 from my aspect. Number 9 is the Britannia, so another cool coin to get. So this one's from the UK Royal Mint. From a design point of view, this is definitely strong. I like the design of this one. I think it really stands out. It's got some great security features on this one, as you can see here with all the different components that it has here, with the trident that turns into a lock when you change the angles, and all the microwaves in there. That looks really good from that aspect. Easy to resell. The price from spot is not too bad. The quality is a little bit of hit and miss. The way they produce them and manufacture them, the coins do ding in to each other a bit, so that kind of makes the quality of these drop out a little bit. And milk spots, definitely, I think the UK Mint are known for the milk spots, so definitely loses a lot of points when it comes to the milk spot point of view. Has a strong history on these ones, and the mintage is reasonably high, so 2p face value. So this is my number 9 coin there. In number 8 is the Kangaroo. So Kangaroo from the perthmint out of Australia. So yes, I'm Australian and I do love these coins. From a design point of view, this is definitely a very popular design. It's very similar to the old Australian penny with the kangaroo design in there. Definitely is pretty cool. I do like the way it's like they've got the rays of sun popping out. From a security point of view, it's got the micro engraving. Normally it's either like the letter A or the K or somewhere in there. There's normally some micro engravings A or a P in there, so definitely great from a security point of view. Easy to resell. Price over spot is quite reasonable, and quality is really good with these. Like, I've never had any quality issues from my aspect. Probably one of the only things that lets it down is milk spots. So I've got another one here for 2024. And you can see this one's got quite a few milk spots on it. So they still do seem to have a few milk spots on these ones. So unfortunately, this is one of the first silver ones I got for the year. And it was, as you can see there, it's covered in milk spots. So not great, but it's not as bad as the UK Mint, but definitely something to work on for the Perth Mint from that aspect. Has a pretty good history. It's not long. It's only been probably a decade, so it's not got the longest history, and the mintage is pretty high, so and it's only got a $1 face value. So that is my number 8. In at number 7 is the Krugerrand out of the South Africa. So pretty good coin. I think from a design point of view, obviously it's been quite synonymous because it's been around from a long time. So it's definitely something that people know and like that design. It's got some good securities. There's some micro engraving around the bottom there. There's definitely easy to resell, and the price over spot isn't too bad. From a quality point of view, it's not too bad, but there has been some milk spots on these point of view. So it's definitely, I think you do get some of those when it comes to that. So it's a bit of a hit and miss. History has got a very strong history around this, especially obviously it started off in the gold aspect. So definitely pretty strong when it comes to that. It's R1 as well from a value point of view. So that is my number 7. Then we go on to number 6. So this one's a bit of a different one. I thought I'd go out with something that's a bit not normal. This one might be controversial, so chuck in the comments below if you agree or disagree with this one. But this one's out of the Royal Mint in the UK, and this is the Britannia and Liberty on one coin. Now, I think it's a pretty good, unique design, and I think it will become quite collectible in the future. This is my personal opinion, so I'd love to know what you think. But the overall design is pretty good, the way they've got the 2 different characters within the one coin. It's got the security with the micro engraving around the edge there, so it's great with that. It's easy to resell. People are definitely looking at that. Definitely the price is something where it's probably has a little bit more premium than your standard bullion coins. The quality on this one, the ones that I've received and seen, have been pretty good. So for the Royal Mint, they've done pretty well. Milk spots, I've gone 50-50 on that. I haven't seen any yet with milk spots, but it is from the Royal Mint, so we're just going to wait and see. But from what I've seen so far and what I've received, I've not had any issues with milk spots to date. That's just a bit of my handprints there. So the history, obviously this history of the coin is only a 1-year coin, but the history behind it is pretty strong, having those 2 key, the Britannia and the Liberty. So it's definitely got some kind of history around it. 260,000 mintage, so pretty low mintage, and obviously 2p. So that was my number 6 coin there. Number 5 is this one here. So this is a perthmint wedge tail eagle. So for me, this one definitely has a great design. I love the way the eagle pops out, and you can really see the detail on the wings there. I think it's really cool, and the way they've designed that just absolutely pops for me. It's definitely got some great securities with the micro engraving from the perthmint. It's got some really good sellability. The price wasn't too bad over spot. Yes, it does have a little bit of a premium on it, but it wasn't too bad from my aspect. It's got really good quality, and I've had no issues with milk spots on these so far. And the history, it's been pretty good. So this is obviously the 10th anniversary, but this has definitely become a pretty good collector's series to get into. And I know a lot of people in America really enjoy the Wedge-tailed Eagle series from that aspect. 50k mintage, so a pretty low mintage at $1 from that aspect. And I love the way the frosting around the king. You can just see the quality on this one is really good. So for me, that is a good number 5. So number 4 is a very popular one. So I've got the Silver Eagle. I think this one is definitely something that people like to collect. This is one of the special first version ones that you could buy. Here it's the first strike version, and I think these are very collectible. So from a design point of view, personally I prefer the Type 1 over the Type 2, so I've given it a bit of a half score on that one. And a security point of view, I've also given it a half score because of it's only missing a notch. So that's nothing that's really going to stop someone from copying it. I've already received, there's the notch there that's missing. I've already seen copies of those with the notch missing as well. So that's something that's quite easy to fake from that aspect. But definitely from a selling point of view, from a price point of view, you can definitely get them sometimes good, but sometimes they do have a bit of a high premium. Quality, I've never personally had any issues from a quality point of view. I haven't had many issues with milk spots either, so from that point of view, this history is very strong on this one. So that's probably one of the key reasons why I like this one, is it's got a really strong history, and obviously the mintage is quite high and the face value of $1 US. So that one there, I think, because this one is also so easy to resell. If you want to get one of these, you can get a bit of premium back from a quality point of view. It's really good. So that's my number 4. Coming in at number 3, well, another one from the Perth Mint is the Lunar Dragon. I think the Lunar series out of the Perth Mint is something that people absolutely love to collect. The Dragon was a great design. I absolutely loved it. So from a design point of view, it absolutely pops from that point of view. And I loved it how they still kept Queen Elizabeth on the back, even though it was a 2024 coin, which is really good. So from the design, it's great. Security, you got the micro engraving, which is just up there with a little P micro engraved. It's easy to sell, so if you ever want to buy these sell out within days. So often when the Perth Mint, so we've got the Lunar Snake coming out on the 16th of September in a couple of weeks, and I'll be going to Perth for the actual launch of that, and they will sell out within days. They are very popular for the 1 ounce, even though it's got a pretty high mintage. So quality, absolutely perfect. The Perth Mint are definitely some of the best in the world. Never had any issues with milk spots when it comes to these ones. The Lunar series has a really strong history. So the Perth Mint, when it comes to the Lunar series, is very strong. So definitely got a strong history around that. And like I said, the mintage is around 300,000, and they do sell out within a week or so. So they're definitely something very strong, and it's got a $1 face value. So that is, for me, for 2024, is a clear number 3. In at number 2, now this was my number 1 last year, but in at number 2 is the Canadian Maple. I love this coin. It's absolutely a favorite for me, and I love the Canadian Mint. I love some of the work they do. So it has a great design. I love the way you can see the real veins on the leaf. This, the quality of the detail they go into on this is absolutely fantastic. Has really good security. So you got the micro engraving around here, which will have a little 24 inside that leaf, and obviously you've got the radial lines that makes it really hard to copy from that aspect. Really easy to sell. The price isn't too bad over spot when you buy them. Quality's spot on. They've got the mint shield on there to stop the milk spots. So from a milk spot point of view, it's the leading class in the world when it comes to that. Has a really pretty strong history, and the mintage is obviously reasonably high on these, and it has a $5 face value on this one as well. So it's the highest when it comes to that kind of point of view. So for me, that is a clear number 2, and most years is a number 1 coin for me to get. And at number 1 is this one here. This is, for me, my favorite for a long way. I love this Perth Mint 125-year coin. I think it looks just absolutely beautiful. I love it how you got the 3 key animals there. The way they've done the frosting with the shine from the animals with the little ribbon down the bottom. It looks really good from that design aspect. And I love the security features on there. So you got the micro engraving. Definitely easy to sell. The price over spot isn't too bad. So yes, it does have a premium because it is quite a collector coin, but you'll definitely make it up when you sell the coin. Quality has been spot on. I've not seen any issues when it comes to quality on these ones. No milk spots. The history, well, the history is really because it is the Perth Mint 125 years. So it's encapsulating the key coins that come out of the Perth Mint in one coin. So for me, it has a pretty strong history. The mintage is only 150,000, so a pretty low mintage, and it's a $1 face value from that aspect. So it's pretty cool for me, and definitely I think a coin to get out of 2024. It is my number 1. So I've also got a couple of special mentions, a couple of coins that I'm happy to get, and I think would have been very close to getting into that top 10. So we'll start off with this one here. This is from the Germanium Mint. I love the Germanium Mint. This is the Golden Eagle. The detail they have in this is just absolutely amazing. Seeing all that detail they put into this, for me, is an absolute beautiful coin. It ticks all those boxes with quality, security, price, everything else. Milk spot. History is probably something where it definitely doesn't have much history yet. And the face value is a couple of euros. I think, yeah, €5. So it's got some pretty good stuff there. And it has a pretty low mintage of 150,000. So something for me to definitely have in there as part of the collection from that aspect. So I love that one. That's a pretty cool one. And I've also got here, this one is the Kookaburra. Kookaburra collection is something that is very collectible from that aspect. I wasn't too into the design this year with the snake, but definitely the Kookaburra series is something that people do love to collect. It's got all the security, it's got all the quality and everything else, and the mintage of 500k, so they're still available, but definitely something that people do love to collect. So chuck in the comments below, what is your favorites? Is there any down here that I've added here that I haven't put into my top 10 that you think I should have, or is there something else I've missed? One coin that I wasn't really able to get from Australia from this point of view is the Mexican Libertad. That was something that was a little bit harder for me to obtain this year, so I haven't added it because it's been something a bit hard to get from Australia from that aspect. So it's something I'm definitely still keen to look at getting. I know even this one here, the China Panda, was really hard to get this year as well. So definitely some of these are a little bit harder, but there's been some really, really good coin releases this year. So make sure if you like this content and you absolutely love what I've done, give us a good thumbs up to show the appreciation of the work that I do. And also make sure you're subscribed. Around 70 to 80% of my viewers are not yet subscribed in the content. So I'd love you to subscribe to Dan the Collecting Man. And thanks so much for watching and joining the coin collecting community. I'll catch you in my next video. Dan.